Hey everyone. Before I start, I just want to say I love reading your stories and turning them into videos. Every time you share a piece of your past, your memories, your fears, it feels like I'm being invited into a part of your soul. This story came from one of you, a quiet listener who asked me not to share her real name. She said it's not just a ghost story. It's a story about loss, time, and what it means to say goodbye. She called it Room 1031. She said this happened years ago when she was driving cross-country after her mother passed away. She couldn't sleep, couldn't stop thinking about all the things left unsaid. Somewhere on the outskirts of a small town in Nevada, she saw an old neon sign flickering in the dark. Rest Easy Motel. The kind of place that looked abandoned, except for one glowing light in the office window. She pulled in. The air felt strange, heavy, but not dangerous. Inside, an old man behind the desk looked up and smiled. His voice was calm, almost kind. "You're lucky," he said. "Room 1031 is open tonight." She didn't know why, but those words made her hesitate. Something about the way he said tonight. But she was tired, emotionally drained, and the idea of sleeping, even in a place like that, felt like mercy. Room 1031 was at the far end of the hallway. The wallpaper was faded. The carpet smelled of dust and something old, like rain on wood. When she turned the key, the door creaked open slowly, like it had been waiting. Inside, there was a small bed, a lamp, and an old clock that didn't work, but she swore she heard it ticking anyway. On the nightstand lay a guest book, thick with yellowed pages. She opened it. Each page had names, dates, and short messages like, "One more night. I missed you. I remember the rain." Some of the entries were decades old. She wanted to laugh it off, maybe it was part of some Halloween gimmick. But then she saw the last entry. Marion L., October 31, 1999. Her mother's name. Her heart stopped. That night, she couldn't sleep. The room felt too quiet, too alive. She kept thinking about her mom, how she used to hum while folding laundry, how she'd whisper goodnight before closing the door. And then she heard it, a soft hum, the same tune, coming from the corner of the room. She sat up. The air grew cold. In the reflection of the old mirror, she saw something move. A faint figure sitting at the foot of the bed. She whispered, "Mom?" The figure didn't move, but a voice, warm, sad, familiar, answered, "Just one more night, sweetheart." Tears filled her eyes. For the first time since the funeral, she didn't feel alone. When she woke up, sunlight filled the room. The air was warm again. The mirror was empty. She looked at the guest book. The last entry was gone. Instead, there was a new one in her own handwriting. October 31, 2021. I got to say goodbye. When she went to the office to check out, the desk was empty. The old man was gone. The whole place felt deserted, like no one had been there for years. As she got in her car, she turned to look back. The neon sign was still there, but now it read, "Closed for the season." She told me that ever since that night, she's been at peace. Not because she found proof of ghosts, but because she felt deep down that love doesn't disappear when life ends. It just waits. In rooms like 1031, in songs, in dreams, in the quiet places between heartbeats. She ended her email with this line: "Maybe death isn't the end. Maybe it's just another night away from home." To the subscriber who sent me this, thank you for trusting me with your memory. And to everyone else, if you have a story like this, send it in. I'll be waiting, because some rooms never really close.